this is Amy. Thanks so much for stopping back. If you're new to my channel, please make sure that you subscribe by hitting the subscribe button below. Make sure that you hit the bell next to it so that you get my notifications whenever I post something new. I'm sorry, my camera keeps wanting to twirl around here for some reason tonight. Anyways, I am going to show you something I've been wanting to do again for a while. Is a painted glass that I've put beads on. So I am going to show you how I did this one, but I'm also going to show you one that I've done quite a while back. I really don't remember exactly. I do have a video on it. I'll have to take a look and see when that was from. But I did like seed beads on this one, and to be honest with you, I just made one, so I've not actually sold these, but they stay on great. I've had people ask me why didn't I just use Mod Podge to put it on so that the background was clear. I intentionally did it with paint. I know that I can try the Mod Podge, and I might actually end up doing one of those with the new Mod Podge Ultra, but for the purpose of this video and the one that I did on this one, it was intentional to use the paint. I think I actually was recreating something I saw on Pinterest. I am, of course I'm jumping ahead here, I am tonight using the MultiSurface White Pearl and one of my Dynasty brushes, which is a 3/8 Gloss Art by Dynasty. It's a number 71. I don't know if that's a series number or what, because I think most of them have that number on them, even if it's a different size. But they're my favorite when I'm trying to do just a single coat, not a design of any sort, or maybe even if I were going to be doing a design that I just needed to do one type of a paint to it. But it's pretty simple. All I'm doing is just putting a nice coat of paint onto the glass, and you really can use any color. I mean, I chose on the original one just to use white. I think that I used a cap on my bottle and then just thickly put it on. But I'm going to do it this way, and I think after I'm done, there's a couple other processes I'm going to do. I think I will spray it with the Mod Podge Ultra just to aid in keeping the beads on there, since I am doing it with a thinner coat of paint. And then I will go over it with the Mod Podge that's made for glass. Basically, it's dishwasher safe, so I'll go over it with that too, just to add in further durability. But for the purpose of the video, I'm not going to show you that. I did actually try to, I'm going to confess to this, I am blonde, and I guess sometimes I do silly things, but I actually had created the glass, and then I thought, oh, you know what, I'll go ahead and spray it right now with some Mod Podge so that it dries with that on there. And guess what? The paint ran, which meant then the beads started to fall off. So, not such a good idea. I'm really learning a lot with this new Mod Podge Ultra. Different things like cover up the rim of your glass. I'm going to have to clean off the ones that I did with the red glitter, the video I made last night. I'm going to have to really clean the top part of the glass that I had taped, and the actual rim of the glass that wasn't taped, because apparently residue from being sprayed actually stuck to that part, and I don't know about under the tape what the deal is with that, but I'll definitely need to do some cleaning off of the debris and cleaning the glasses up. So, you know, with the new Mod Podge Ultra, you can spray it. Well, I mean, it's made to be sprayed, but you can also put it on with a brush if you choose to do so. And I think maybe that would be a better bet if you're using it for the purpose of doing the glasses. Now, if you're doing something else and you're making a design and adhering larger items, stones and whatnot to that, I don't think it would be that big of a deal, but for what I was doing with it, with the glitter, it's actually neater to do it by brushing it on. So anyways, this is pretty quick. Don't be mad at me. I know my last video, the one I did that I just showed you the glass from, people were angry that I used beads. Well, these are beads that I've had for a very long time, and I'm not doing anything with them. So I'm repurposing them. So I don't feel so bad about it. They're just kind of sitting around in drawers. So from my past jewelry making experiences. Alright, so got it coated. And then I'm basically just getting a handful of the beads and sprinkling them on. Kind of like, you know, cooking and sprinkling seasoning on something. That's what it reminds me of. So just covering it as best I can. Try not to touch the paint while you're doing this because it will smear, obviously, because it's wet. And I know that I have some other seed beads, you know, smaller beads even than these, that I'd love to try. They're just kind of fun, quirky conversation pieces. Maybe in a pretty wedding glass. You know, if you are thinking about something that would be, you know, fun to create. And I can give you a feedback on this once I get these done, on the durability and how well the beads stay on. That's one reason I've pretty much kind of shied away from doing any kind of glass with beads glued to it, or, you know, you see a lot of the fancy glassware, because I'm always in my mindset, unless it's painted on, it's not set where it can't just come back off, if you understand what I mean. And I know, you know, things may be pretty initially, but the practicability of them, I don't always see that. So that's why I'm a little bit cautious when it comes to creating things like that, knowing that, you know, if you're gluing it on or something like that, it can always come off. And sometimes people aren't so happy about that when they, you know, spent money for something and then they get it and something has broken off, or it's not quite the way they thought it would look when they got it. So that's one reason. And I know, like, even with my wedding hangers, a lot of people will, you know, glue flowers on them. And I've always painted on mine, which is really more like a little bit of art. And that's what I look at it as opposed to just gluing a bow that you bought at the store, or a, you know, some kind of a fancy flower that you bought at the store. Alright, so there you have it. I'm just going to leave it like it is. I think it looks nice, just the way it is. If you find spots that you think you might want to put more beads in as time goes on, you can add to it too, I'm sure, using the Mod Podge once the paint dries. It just wasn't real practical the way I was doing it. So just so you know, if you try that product, know that you're going to have some trial and error with it. And you know, if you've tried it and you've have any advice for anyone here, feel free to leave that down in the comments. If you like this video, make sure that you give me a big thumbs up, that you share it with your friends, and comment below if you like this type of project. You know, like I said, and keep in mind, you know, when you're commenting, that it's intentional that I'm using paint. You know, I know that I can use the Mod Podge, and I might do some of those next with that and see how that product holds. But at this point, I'm going to stick with what I'm doing right now. Just give you a show again. I think they're very pretty. We'll see what they look like once they dry, and we'll go from there. Alright, well, thanks again for stopping by. Have a good evening, and until my next video, I'll see you then.